Hey everybody, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be starting a series of videos regarding basic whip cracking. I am not an expert at this. I would consider myself an intermediate whip enthusiast. If you want more advanced videos, you need to check out Adam Winrich or Darren Wilkerson. But I've had a lot of requests to get these videos made, so we're going to start at the very beginning. This video will be the most important video in the series because we're going to be forming good habits. We are not even going to crack the whip in this video. We are just starting with good habits. Because time and time again, I'm seeing people just jerk the whip back and forth trying to get it to crack rather than working on the basics. So that's what we're going to work on today. So, for starters, this is the whip I'm going to be using. This is an 8-foot, 12-plat cowhide Indiana Jones bullwhip, Raider style, made by Dusty Damrell at Crease and Corral. My favorite whip that I have ever used. If you're looking for a nice quality whip, I would not recommend anywhere else. So, we're going to start with that. The first thing you want to do is oil your fall. Fall tends to get worn out very quickly, especially in this wet Oregon weather. So that's what we're going to start with, just to start forming good habits. So, you want to have a tub of Picard's leather dressing. Looks like this. That's what it looks like on the inside. It basically looks like a tub of Vaseline, although it's not. Don't use Vaseline, get this stuff. This tub will last you forever, and it was about $25 on eBay. So we're going to start with this. So you take a little scoop of it like this in your fingers. This is how I do it anyway. I'm sure a lot of other people do it differently. And you take your fall and you just start smearing it on there. This will make your fall last a lot longer. One of the main problems that leather whips have is that the fall gives out and starts falling apart, if you will. So, this will make it last a lot longer. Replacing a fall isn't too bad. There are plenty of videos on YouTube about how to get a fall replaced. And I would recommend a kangaroo hide fall, if you can get one. They're a little bit more expensive, but they're the best falls out there, and they'll last the longest. Now, let's just get this sucker oiled up real quick. As I've been cracking whips more and more, I have taken to oiling whips like this pretty much every single time that I use it. Now, eventually, periodically, you're going to want to do the entire whip this way. You should be able to do that within 10 minutes. But today, for the sake of this video, we're just going to get the fall. And besides, I just did the whole whip recently. Okay, there we go. Now, before you even start flinging the whip around, holding it is the most important thing. A lot of newbies will hold it like this. This is wrong. Do not hold the whip this way. You want to take the ball of the whip and put it in your palm, like so. The handle is for the leverage. It helps the whip crack better. And if you're using a good whip, it should want to turn a certain way, like this whip does. As you can see, when I turn it around, it doesn't want to droop quite as nicely. So this is how you're going to want to hold it, and then that part goes behind you like that. You know you got a good whip when you've got this curl here. If you don't have that, and it's more like a limp noodle, it means you're probably not using a very good whip, and sooner or later you're going to need to get a better one. You will be able to do the majority of the cracks I'm going to do in this series with a low quality whip. However, it's going to be more difficult. So I would start with a whip, you know, that's maybe $100. You can get a nylon one from Western Stage Props for $120. I do have one of those on the way, and I'll be doing a review when it gets here. Never used a nylon one before, though, so we will see how it goes. But anyway, let's get started. So, first thing you want to do is we're going to work on a rollout. You're not going to crack the whip like I mentioned earlier. You're going to roll the whip back, roll it forward. Roll the whip back, roll it forward. Roll it back, roll it forward. And if you notice, as I roll it forward, it is straight in front of me. As I roll it back, it's straight behind me. That's going to be very, very important later. As you work on this move, you want to try and make the curl as tight as you can. We'll do it from a side angle. I don't know if that's going to pick up on the microphone or not, but you can almost hear the whip cracking just from that. This is a very, very important habit to get into, as almost any forward or backward crack is going to require this motion. Do it from a back angle. Back. Roll it forward. Roll it back. Roll it back. Roll the other side. Back. More. Now, a lot of people, when they first start, are scared of getting hit in the face with the whip. Very, very good way to start, because there is no way that you're going to hit yourself when you're messing around with the moves in this video. Just nice and slow. Take it easy. Do not try and crack the whip. Just work on the motion. Back and forth. Back and forth. Okay? Again, you can see the whip is nice and straight here. Roll it back. Nice and straight there. That's very, very important. Whip it around like this. See? It's getting tangled in my legs. You're going to have that problem a lot when you start cracking the whip. You mess around with it like that. Try and keep it straight in front, straight in back. Straight in front, straight in back. Next one you want to do, you're going to whip the whip around over your head. This. Let it fall, preferably right in front of you or right behind you. Better, flip it back. One around the head, in front of you, flip it back. Around the head, just let the whip fall to the ground. Try and get the sweeping motion. Notice the footwork. If I spin the whip up, take a step forward. Footwork is also important in this activity. Swing it up and down, and then roll it back. Swing it up, let it fall, roll it back. Do that from side angle. In the back, swing it around, let it fall to the ground. Roll it back. Swing it up. Fall to the ground. Roll it back. And you can do double. Turn it twice. Down. Roll it back. Down, down, and back. You can also do the reverse of that. Start with the whip on this side over here. This one I'll be stepping with my right foot. Swing it up. Down. Roll it back. This time when we roll it back, we're rolling it back to our opposite shoulder. So if you're right-handed, you're rolling it back onto your left side. And again, keep the whip straight. Swing it up, let it fall. Roll it back. Swing it up, let it fall. Roll it back. The same thing. You can do doubles. Let it fall. Roll it back. Swing it up. Fall, roll it back. Just keep on doing these activities over and over again. Now we're going to do the underhand. The same thing as what we started with. Do this motion. We're going to start with the whip behind us, directly behind us. Swing it up, and then fall behind you. As line. Swing it up, fall behind you, straight line. Just keep doing that. This one, as you put more power into it, you can almost hear the whip crack on its own without doing anything at all other than what I've just shown you. Get the wrist action in there, boom. And there's no way you can hit yourself doing this activity correctly. Do that from the side, front, roll it back, sweep it up, sweep it up. And the arm motion that I use in this is very important because we're going to be using this for a double crack later. Alright? You want to try and keep the whip taut as it's going through the air. So you want all your motion to be in your shoulder here. Keep your elbows straight. Swing it up. Swing it up. Make sure it falls directly behind you. If it's falling off to the side, on your next one, you're going to hit yourself with it. Now for people that are worried about hitting themselves, wear a hat, wear a leather jacket, wear a sweatshirt, wear a motorcycle helmet, a fencing helmet, anything you feel comfortable with that's going to give you some protection. A fencing helmet is best. Most people don't have those. A wide-brimmed hat also works really good. This one is a Raiders penman, by the way, in beaver. You can get them at penmanhats.com. Best hat ever. Alright, back to work. Now we are going to do a sidearm fling around our body. For this one, you want to start with the whip directly behind you. When you swing it, the handle needs to be parallel to the ground. You swing it around you like that. Bring it back around. Swing it around. Bring it back around. Swing it around. Bring it back around. And you notice when I swing it, my palm is up. That's very, very important. When you swing the whip out, it needs to be parallel to the ground. Swing it out like that. And then back. Swing it out, and then back. There's also the reverse of this activity. So you swing it out, as I've changed my footwork. When you swing it back this way, your palm needs to be facing the ground. On this side, it was up. On this side, it needs to be down. So when you swing it back this way, your palm is down. Change your footwork, step, swing. Change your footwork again. Step. Swing. Now for right now, we just want to make a wide arc with the whip. Eventually, we're going to push the whip forward rather than swinging it in a circle. All the activities in this video are for people that have never handled a whip before and are just trying to get comfortable with it. Eventually, this is going to become the sidearm crack, which is going to be the next video. But we'll get to that in a little bit. For now, just be comfortable with it. Just comfortable with the motion of the whip. I mentioned earlier this is an 8-footer. I learned how to use a whip with an 8-foot whip. Depending on your size and your ability level, you might want to go with 6 feet or 7 feet. I would recommend the 8. For people that are shorter, you might want to go with a 6. It's up to you. But do not go longer than an 8. A 10-foot whip is a lot to handle. Stick with between 6 feet and 8 feet for beginners. It'll also keep the cost of the whip down. Back and forth. Notice my feet. I swing and change with the foot that I step with. That's going to be important later. This is all mechanics. Now again, with this motion, rather than just swinging it back and forth, all you need to do is push with a little bit more force, and you get a nice crack out of it. But again, we'll be dealing with that in the next video. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Do it from the back. Yep. Okay, for now, those are the only motions that you should be working on as a beginner. You need to be practicing those, I don't know, 3 times a week for a week. And when you get that down, tune into my next video. The next video will be the sidearm crack, and we'll work our way up from there. So, hope this was helpful for you beginners out there, and I'll see you next time.